Hello everyone, it's BDB SSB today. I wanted to show you a little feature that someone showed me on one of the Discord channels I was on, the stress-free modding. I was just amazed on every time I'd be trying to find a specific section of code in XML, he would always pop up with look at this guy, look at that guy. I was like, how in the world do you find this? So he explained it quick to me in text version. I wanted to show in a video how simple this is to use and how nice it is, because you're not trying to type stuff in all the time and getting the code wrong or whatever. So just basically what I usually do to start with is I'll just come in, and I have an XML file usually open actually, but we just need to get an XML file open so we can start from there. You could just open up Notepad++ as well, but just the simple search function. So if you hit Ctrl F and you come right in here and you hit find in files. Now, by default, I believe this is blank, and I typed the XML in there because, for example, say we want to, this is the last thing I was searching, say we want to find this plate number light, and the reason I even come up with that is, for example, if we're in the farming simulator, data, shared, assets, lights, and then say we're in lizard, there's these front lights, and, well, what did I have selected? Plate number light 01. That's where that, you know, say you wanted to look for a vehicle that was using that, that's where I find that. I actually would just click on there, hit Control C, come in here, Control V. But again, with no filters in there, and you want to look for a directory, so we're just, if you're in your Farming Simulator 22 file, that's data, and I just go to vehicles, hit select folder. When I hit find all, it's looking through every single, if you can see, you know, we're looking at DDS files, mask files, i3ds and everything. We don't want to do that. It's going to take a while. We're just wanting to look specifically for XML. So if we simply come into here and do the star.star, which it'll pop up that after it goes through. If not, it's simple as star.star. I just did it with a number pad, and just type in XML. Now when we hit find all, get out of there. I gotta hit find in files. That would help. Sorry. It should be the same directory. Yeah, vehicles. So now when I hit find all, bam, you can see that happen in a matter of a couple of seconds. And now you can see all these examples of files, and basically it's telling you, hey, this XML is using it. It actually has 3 hits on that XML. Now there's the mapping, and here's the actual shared light link. So if I just want to actually go now, you could copy this line. It's a little harder because you can't actually see it selecting it, but if you double tap on that line, it'll actually open up that specific XML and that line. So now say, you know, minus having a link node, you'd have to add your i3d. Here's your actual file name and everything where you'd have to use it, rather than trying to go in. Like if I struggle coming in here and going, okay, I need to copy all this data information and the XML name. Well, here it is. You don't have to type all that out. You can simply come in here and just copy that line, go to your file, and paste it in, and you're done. You're not having to fumble through things and you know, type things out. Or the other way I've done it as well is like, okay, if I want to right click on this, copy address. Well, the problem is then when you paste it in, it's using all the extra, and it's the opposite slash of what you want. So you have to go in here and fix all those. So yeah, I found it so much easier. Shift in, Control C, copy that line, paste it into the unit I'm wanting to work with, and you know, like I said, you've got to change the leak node, or you could actually copy this whole line as well. And it even say it stays in the same as far as column as well. So if you hit home, you Control V, it's staying in that same line. You're not having to go through and move everything around. So that's just one idea. The other one is if I hit Control F, you just say, you know, there's something you're looking for or something you think you've seen, finding files. Like I know one that I've used quite a bit is base color. And I can't quite exactly remember how it is in the coding, but I just know I'm looking for a base color function. And same thing, I'm already in XML. I know I'm in the vehicles, so I just hit find all. Now, It's not, and again, you got to have an idea where you're at. I'm not looking for something in the dashboard, but hey, I just found something. I didn't realize there was a base color on these. This is something you could actually mess with and go in and mess with them. Okay, what's this doing? It may be just changing types of decals or something, I think is what it's doing. But I'm going to scroll down. What I'm specifically looking for is something like right here. I'm pretty sure this is a color line from a hub. So when I double click on that, yeah, there we are, hubs. So what it's saying is it wants to match the color material 0 on that hub to the base color of the machine. So if you actually Ctrl F and we just hit find, we're going to look for base material. It's going to come on down, and here's your base material configurations. So anytime you choose a color in the store and say color gray, it's actually going to make your hub that same color by typing in that shared color. Something else, say, okay, wow, this is different. It's using name color green. And what that is if you're actually in the game and you have the color palettes up or the color grid and you don't put that name in, when you put your mouse or cursor over that color, here's a quick example. Just open the game up so I can show you. If you don't have that named, it's just going to be a blank section. So let's just start this up quick. So what's cool is this actually uses the callback, and it'll make gray for English, German, or French. Or I think it even does, I think there's several languages now they do in 22. But an example, I have to pick let's just do a truck because I know they're colorable. So yeah, on this main color, as you can see, this says red, this says white, this says beige. And we get down here, these are actually saying like John Deere. If you didn't have that function in there, as far as this name, when you highlighted that color grid, there wouldn't be a name. So say, hey, you know what, I'm going to copy this line, paste in, and I want to go, let's see if there is a white. I know there is. I know where to find it actually in the coding, but it's a little hard to find those coding files. We can same thing, find in files, find all. Hey, right there, here's an actual color white. And what's cool about this is you can start finding other little, I call Easter eggs, like, okay, what's this material all about? So you go in there and you can see it's actually showing that you can change materials. And I'm gonna do another video that kind of shows a cool thing on that. But you can see where I think this is like a stainless steel. This is actually bumpy steel. This is actually brass. I think this is painted steel. So this is just showing you how you can have names. There's a black, a white, a silver, a chrome, and so on. I even found where there's actually, you can make it actually show a color. I'd have to look a little bit, but just the things you can start doing by searching around and finding cool little ideas here. Because I guess for example, let's do this. Let's go find in files. Let's go stainless. Yeah, there's just name. I thought there was a spot where you could actually, right here, yeah, UI color. So what that means is when you come up, like for example, I think it's the MKS. Oh, it's going to be in animals, I do believe. Animals, yeah, this MKS right here. When you go to rim color, see how it has these different colors? Like chrome is actually white. It should be that, but it actually shows a silver, and I'm not so sure if that's what it's. Yeah, chrome, and it's saying shared gray, which is pretty much silver to me. But it's actually forcing that color grid to use a shared gray rather than white, because as you can see, the actual color is white. To make chrome work correctly, it needs to be white with the game engine. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful. I haven't mumbled on too long here. Check it out, play around with it. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to shout out. Join my Discord or whatever. I can always help on there almost immediately. Sometimes it's harder to get on YouTube and directly answer questions as fast. But anyway, you guys have a good one. We'll catch you later.